Welcome to the quarterfinals of FIDE World Blitz Team Championship 2025. Vincent Keimer makes his move knight f3 and the team of WR Chess is late to the game. Alireza Firuza arrives to the board 15 seconds late. There you see Vadim Rosenstein running in. But where are Nepo, who's going to play on board number 1, and Hikaru, who's going to play on board number 3? You can see Nepo's time running down all the way to a minute and few seconds. Meanwhile, Hikaru is also absent against Matthias Bluebaum. And there you see Nepo comes in with 1 minute 4 seconds on the clock. He's laughing. He can't believe what just happened. Hikaru is even further delayed. He comes to the board with just 38 seconds left and plays d4, knight f6. And Nepo, look at him. He's laughing his heart out. It's a 3-minute game and Hikaru is late by 2 minutes 22 seconds and he speeds out his moves and plays pawn to b6. Let's back up and try to see how the game started. It was a Nimzo Indian. Bishop d2, castles, e3, c5, he played a3, takes, knight jumped in, rook c1, and now pawn to b6. This is where we are. You can see the clock. Matthias has 2 minutes 40 seconds. Hikaru has 52 seconds. The speed at which Hikaru made his moves, insane. CD, ED. And now the bishop comes out to d3, attacking the knight in the center. He plays bishop b7, not the best move in the position. Much better would have been to take on c3 and the position was roundabout equal. But bishop e4 is something that can be played here. Takes, spoiling the structure. Hikaru trying to calm himself down. He has 51 seconds. Matthias down to 2 minutes and a few seconds. Well, Hikaru is a speed monster. He can actually play his game in this time, but what really makes it difficult is this adrenaline rush that you get before the game. It's difficult to calm yourself down. DE4, that shock which you got, oh my god, the game has begun, kind of a thing. DE4, attacking the knight, knight D2, and the queen comes to D3. Now the queen is well placed, but knight b3 would be a very nice move, attacking the pawn on c5 and also the queen here on d3, and could be a very nice move for Matthias. It's very difficult to defend the pawn. For example, if you take queen takes, rook takes and knight a6 trying to defend here, I have knight a5 which becomes really difficult to meet. So let's see if Matthias plays knight b3. He also has other interesting ideas like queen g4. But then your king can't castle and does feel uncomfortable. And look at the clock timings. Matthias down to 1 minute 11 seconds. And Hikaru has 50 seconds. So actually the time has almost equalized. Queen c2 played. And what's Hikaru going to do next? He takes on c2. Rook takes c2 and plays his bishop to a6. You can't take on e4 because of bishop d3. A double attack here. So that's the reason why f3 played. And Hikaru can take here. Yes, he takes the pawn. G takes f3 and knight comes to d7. Matthias plays his king to f2. It's slightly easier to play this position as black. Rook comes to d8. Sorry, as white. It's slightly easier to play as white. Rook g1, f6 played. Now the knight can jump into d3. And Matthias goes rook c1 and now knight e5 because you can't take. Rook d2 is hanging. But he misses it. He goes bishop d3. Hikaru generally doesn't miss such opportunities. e4 played by Matthias. Rook e8 brings the rook into the center. Maybe at some point wants to play f5, but g7 would be very soft at that point. So cannot play it. King e3. Bishop goes back to b5. And knight to b3, bishop a4, attacking the knight on b3. The knight has to move away, but where exactly? Knight takes c5, knight takes c5, bishop f6 is one possibility, but no, he goes knight to a5, he goes in the other direction. And black now plays rook to I mean, you need to stop certain ideas here. Rook e6 played, but b3, the bishop is running out of space. a4, bishop a6, he goes rook d1, pinning here. Big trouble for Hikaru Nakamura. Bishop c8, time wise he's doing okay, but the position is so bad. Rook e8. Now knight comes back to c4. He plays his rook up to e7. Knight to d6. Fantastic move here. Attacking the bishop. Knight b6. Matthias goes back. And now the threat is knight c8 is one idea. Knight f5 is another. Attacking here. The bishop is looking in this direction. He goes bishop to b7. Knight f5 played. Very quickly. He plays knight d5 check, bishop takes, rook takes, bishop takes, but now knight e7, rook e7 and takes on f6, attacking the rook and the pawn. Rook f7 played, and he takes another pawn, bishop b3, but this is losing now. Matthias is winning, he's 2 pawns up, he's actually a pawn up. Bishop f4, threatening a mate here. h6 played. Plays a5, king h7. It's opposite colored bishops, but the 2 central pawns, and he blocks the rook from entering in. Bishop c2. But now f4 played. c3. If Hikaru being tricky, if you take here rook d3 check and you lose, so lose the bishop. So that's the reason why rook c1, excellent move by Matthias. Hikaru shaking his head there. Rook takes c3, a6 played. Pawn to f5, king goes back. And now pawn to e5. The pawns are moving ahead rapidly. Can't do anything. Hikaru just cannot stop these pawns. And he resigns. Matthias Bluebaum scores a win. A very, very big win. Hikaru played really well on the clock, but couldn't save it on the board. Germany and friends won this match, but in the end it was abandoned because the WR chess team came late. So this game will not be found on the PGN file. So this is a very rare video that you can see here on the ChessBase India channel.